A quick look at IAG. Quick look at IAG. And yeah, just at previous videos had got the chop. So there was just sort of half videos with not all the right narrative in there. The narrative seemed a bit mixed up, just starting in the middle of nowhere and ending somewhere else. So what's happening with IAG? Scanning out and looking at IAG. Clear triangle here, and that triangle pattern is neutral, is a symmetrical triangle, a neutral shape, and that is essentially about market indecision, uncertainty, but as after a sharp fall has retained and developed some structure after achieving a double bottom. Is this a big W forming in here? 1, 2, and then off the neckline there, 3. So there is a potential target price, maybe a breakout if things go well. Where approximately might that be? In the 217 area, currently at 132 at the price there. See, and that big red line there. So looking good at the moment in technical. Ignoring factors external to the market at the moment. I've not done a fundamental analysis, a deep dive, or anything else. So do an accurate one. That's in the monthly. So that's going to take a few good months to reach that 217 price. It's not happening overnight. This is not cryptocurrency. Let's go to the the weekly. And maybe we can see what's happened there. So let's improve some kind of accuracy on here. Top of a W broadly on there, coming down to that bottom, and then looking up there. I think just take it from the middle there of those areas, making an estimate, not a precise target moment, something to look for. So on there, what's happening? Maybe to about there. Go online. Absolutely fantastic stuff. That looks really good, doesn't it? That sits nice and level. So estimate price target may well be 211, coming from current price 132.96. That is fantastic. What is the estimate on there? So percentage price rise. Percentage is 50% coming up, maybe. And I'm quite happy with that. That would be really, 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 really magical. So so to achieve that, would need to come up and achieve a breakthrough on the coming weeks and months. When might that be likely to happen? So also probably want to have a look at the most bullish case. Previous level there on that trend line. So what is that all about? Zooming back out, see how that's channeled up. It was channeling up, making a good case for itself to move up prior to the March 2020 Black Swan event where it calmed down. Looking to achieve previous price rises. On those previous levels, these touches here, traditionally, if it was to come down, would provide support. Would those mark a point of departure, so a point of resistance? That marries up quite well here. So let's have a look here. The first point there. Wow. Okay. So probably want to take out that fibs there. Look in here too. But first of all, look at that. They sort of comes up quite well there, doesn't he? Comes up quite well, that estimate of the W, cutting across the neckline there and coming up to that point somewhere along there. Maybe readjust accordingly. Is that how it could play out? Is that how it's going to play out? Have a look at the fibs. Coming down. That point there. Wow. Coming up to the 5-0. So there's some serious confluence going on there over the coming way. So what is the estimate there? Is this a way that it might just work? It's just an idea, it's a theory, a hypothesis, and hypothesis, any hypothesis, it needs testing, needs to play out. It's an idea, it's a target, a strategy, helps form those. All sorts can change along the way. So the percentage up there is at 50%. Whoa. So we're looking to that target of that support there, 67%, to potentially something like 80% ish. Yeah, fantastic. That's fantastic. Don't forget, there's still another W in there. Just extending this one up here to back to where it began. And there is something pretty good. So just get that W. I want to have a look and just show what it's like. Make it nice and solid. Make it clear. There is a potential for it to come up even further. Taking that from the very top there. Oi. Yeah. How would that play out to the previous trend line? Look at that there. Potentially, again, coming up to the 786 from that previous high there, and the marks descent. That is got some serious potential. So, looking at that 786 on that point there, is it going to come up that sharp? I don't know. It's done so in the past. Look at those lines up there. There does have a history of coming up very sharply, very sharply indeed. And those price rises are absolutely stratospheric, exponential. How long did those take? So they're coming up. So that was 209%, 560 days, 470 days coming up there. What is this one? Coming up there. That's a bit too steep, isn't it? Bit too steep. It does have the potential to reach up there at some stage. So put that in. It's a serious contender to keep an eye out for. And again, through there, this area, somewhere around here. Probably put a box on that one. Getting the box on because it's a potential area. There. Another one. There. Why there? It's just that absolute previous history of being an important price point there. The market would take that as a psychological point of interest. Looking up what's going to happen in the coming days. And what's happened recently? Excellent V-shaped recovery, come up to 130 as anticipated. And have a look in the hourly chart just to show, demonstrates it's come up above that previous trend line, recovering the previous trend line. Zooming in on the hourly, shorter time frame, holding above there, isn't it? It's popped up, resisted, popped up, come back down, resisted. Why has it done that? Let's have a look from the point of departure. It's come down, and utterly capitulated. So I might just use that as the point of departure there. Let's have a look there. So let's redraw that. So there's the point of departure, coming down, reaching that bottom there. How is it looking? So this 236 is also sitting above that 236 line in there, that little red line, 236, pushed up against their tooth, burst through the 236, sat up on it for a few hours, and then came back down underneath, test the 786, nice solid line, the 786, as is the 236, 786, held support there, burst up through the 236 with some, what's the volume like there? Whoa, look at that. Heavy volume on the sale, and that was the last few hours of the week's trading. So people were there taking profit, and that's driven the price down again, holding support above there of the previous trend line. Absolutely psychological key point there. Monday, would expect to see this come up. If it doesn't come up, I'm going to have to test the 786 at 129.60, and then maybe even think about the low. Look at that there. Nice key point now. I don't expect it to come any lower than that. If it does, well, this is just pure volatility. And just want to pop that across for future price rises. So through there is between 139 and 14162. It's going to have to battle through there, and then you've got this sort of brief area of liquidity in there. You see there's sort of things, narrow thin line there, but this is further tested there, hence the lines across. So these lines here at 139, 142, 143, 146, 150, sort of points along the way up over the hourly chart to mark out as interest. Those sort of areas of potential resistance to be identified as. So also, if it does stay below this line here, it's going to range. Expect it to ranging laterally, possibly. We'll see. So got this here. It's sort of ranging between there. Will it hold that support? That's what we're looking for. Really hold above the support, but it could range down, could come down further there. So potential ranges. If it does just stay above that 236 there, potential ranges of 5%, and also to trade off the lower time frames. And then if it does pop through there, there's a key area of support there. Look for it to hold support. Look for a sort of confirmation of it coming up, and I'm going to use that as another possible area of ranging support for the range, and that might well come 5, 6, 10% maybe. So see what's going on there. If it does pop though, I'm going to seriously think about putting up something in there. What else is there? There's fantastic opportunities over the week. Wants to go in support. It's dropped that support previously, but it's looking to find a way up. I think that was geopolitical. Because you got the Russians have invaded Ukraine, which is terrible and awful, and the absolute logistical, the world global logistical supply chain's been totally interrupted and disturbed, and what a pain in the bum that Mr. Putin is. Absolute pain. Horrible man. Absolute Ides of March heading towards him. Anyway, looking there, one is stay above. If it doesn't, there's those possible areas of ranging, looking for those different support levels, which can be seen. 129, such like. Yeah. So, going back, potential, short term, there we go. Got some 10% ranges in there during the day. Nice phase of accumulation. Coming back out onto the daily. Further potential. It's going to retain there. Is he going to retain and break out through this point up here? Is he going to retain shape, continue developing, moving up along there? Is there another trend line which needs to be observed over the coming days and weeks? Yes. There is another one. Absolutely. There's a point in time. And let's have a look at that. Bring that down in size. One. So there is ranging, and that is a broadening wedge, potentially. Is that a broadening wedge? So just going to pop that there. I think this is just due to break out of that broadening wedge, isn't it? So that broadening channel, that broadening pattern there. Let's just have a look at that again. Pop it out through there. There. That broadening pattern again. How was that measured? From the top down to the bottom, and then measured out to the lot. It looks quite untidy at the moment. From that broadening pattern, if it does come up along there, what's going to happen? It might just burst up that high, and it does add credence to this W bottom pattern. So broadening wedge often happen in this big W pattern, and again adds credence to come up and test, maybe potentially test that 786 up there. So that is absolutely fantastic. So it's adding credence to get up to this sort of price range. So we're looking at the moment on bullish between 27754 and 333. 2754 and 333. There is a long-term prediction coming up, and that would make me very happy if it did come so. What was it? I'm going to write this down. 2754, wasn't it? All right, 253, 253, 275 and 333. Don't forget this bit as well. So 228, 254, 228, 254, 277, 333. That's what's happening. So that's my long-term estimation moment, and I'm gonna have to eat my boots probably. But I'm looking for it to come up here, and over the coming, how long's that going to take? What's the sort of levels we got there? That's a nice confluence through there. I'm going to look at 43% as well. So first real big price target is at 155. 155. Current price, from current price, what is that? 19%. Okay, current price to 155. And there are my guesses now. It looks really scruffy, doesn't it? Yeah, clean the charts up and keep it simple. I might just have to open up a new little chart and see what happens.